All right, guys, pre-market prep for the 9th of May. Happy Thursday morning. And the futures are down a little bit. Got the S&P futures down about 0.2 and the NQ down about the same. So we got the jobless claims coming up in about 9 minutes. We'll see if that can shake things up. But so far, they're doing a pretty good job here of keeping the S&P futures above that daily 50. The bulls made a lot of progress last week. If they can keep that progress above that 50, then they can work on a path higher. We do have a 1-hour squeeze setting up here with a sell signal, so if they can prop that back above the hourly 21, they can stabilize that squeeze, avoid a flush lower, and then work on a path higher. If they keep it under that hourly 21, there might be room for a bit more downside. And then for the NQ here, same scoop for the NQ. Hourly squeeze, hourly sell signal. If they can get the old girl back above that 21, then they can work on taking it higher. And then as far as A+ setups, there's a few in the bank stocks. So JP Morgan, we have an A+ squeeze on the 4-hour. Good structure, buy signal, 10 out of 12 on the Big 3 score. Not too shabby. And then Wells Fargo, which we bought yesterday. Good looking 4-hour squeeze. Trend, structure, above that trailing stop, a buy signal, a perfect 12, and an A+ setup. So we bought the 60 calls for May 31st. We're going to put our stop at break even. We're up about 40% on those calls going into the open. I think it's going to gap down a little bit. So stop at break even. And we're looking for a push here towards 62. So worst case scenario, it's a break-even trade. Best case scenario, we catch a push towards that 62 and we cash out for what would probably be a 70-80% profit. And then you got a couple here on Morgan Stanley. On your 2-day time frame, A+, and on the weekly time frame, also A+. So the bank stocks are looking pretty fine here. And then for the big boys, it's been a pretty quiet week here for NVIDIA, especially quiet considering they just fired that daily squeeze. But so far, they're doing a pretty good job of keeping it above that key 900 level. And we got a 3-day, a 2-day, a 1-hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute squeeze. If they can keep it above that 900, I think a pretty good chance they can take those squeezes, trigger a push higher, potentially towards 950-ish. Back up somewhere towards those recent highs. If they break it below 900, then that 1-hour, 30-minute, 15-minute squeeze could take price back down towards 875, back towards that daily 50. And then Amazon. Amazon's pretty solid. They just fired a daily squeeze, and they've got a 2-day and a 3-day squeeze setting up. So my thinking here, if they can break it above that 190 level, that 2-day, 3-day squeeze could take price towards 195 to 200. So I'm going to wait for the breakout, or I'm going to wait for a flush back down towards 183, little pullback towards that daily 21, and then try to build my position back up down there. We had a call debit spread earlier in the week, and we took that off for about a 30% profit. It was so nice, I would like to do it twice. And then Google's pretty solid here. I think the name of the game for Google is lower time frame squeezes. They fired a big weekly squeeze about 5 weeks ago. Potentially that weekly squeeze could take price towards 175. I would play for a path towards 175 on a lower time frame squeeze. Could be a 15-minute, a 30-minute, a 1-hour, lower time frame squeeze, lower time frame buy signal. Then I can jump in here and buy some Google. And then I think Meta is a little interesting. It's not the best chart, but they did get their first close back above that daily 21 EMA yesterday. So if they can keep Meta above that 21, I think on a good-looking lower time frame squeeze, that could trigger a push back up towards that daily 50, around 485, 490. Alrighty, guys. Short and sweet, right to the point. Jobless claims coming up in about 5 minutes. So we'll see what's up with that. And again, watch that 1 hour squeeze here on the futures. If they can get it and keep it back above the hourly 21, then there might be a path higher here for today. Below that 21, and there might be a bit of a path lower. As always, thank you for watching. Wish you all the best of luck today, and I'll talk to you soon. Adios.